Story number 8, the top story that made it to the Mediator this week. Story number 8. What issues will be at the top in the 2020 election? This is a big story because what we're finding out is that as the weeks go by, the issues for the candidates get bigger, the pile gets bigger and bigger. These are some things that you may want to look out for when you're searching for a candidate, what they're talking about. Trump administration plans to allow imports of some prescription drugs from Canada. Now let me remind you, this is going after the cheaper costs. This is the reason why this story is interesting is because a man with healthcare problems, he chose a cheaper form of insulin and ended up dying from a stroke. So this issue is big when it comes to healthcare. When you're trying to find a cheaper cost, cheaper drug, is it still helping you out? You could be putting yourself in danger. So the story number 8 has the reason why it's at the top is for a reason. Trump is planning on going after the cheaper prescription drugs, the cheaper market, trying to rush people into listening to what he's got to say about this prescription drug problem, this Medicare problem. Well, not Medicare, but healthcare problem that we have here in America. But the thing is when you start changing things around, how will this affect the public in reality? A man that lost his life thinking that he was going to get a deal. This is a new topic of discussion, is what happens when you change things around and you do try to go for that cheaper cost, and you put these pharmaceutical companies under pressure with trying to make things cheap and trying to make things more affordable for everybody. The fact is that these drugs cost money, and the manufacturers have to pay the bills. It's a business just like everything else. Scary business, but it's reality, and people go through loops and bounds to stay alive. It's scary when people put a price on it, and that's why this story is very, very scary. Gun laws, the fact that you have all of these mass shootings happening in the media, happening in the news. This is a big issue, and you will hear candidates talking about legislation, ideas to change how people get weapons, mental health. Big topic. Story number 8. That's why it's at the top. Climate change. Is it a hoax? Do we need to regulate more companies that are putting more harmful chemicals into the atmosphere? Do companies just give in? Do they just skip town? Bit too big to fail. These are big stories. Trump administration is moving to weaken the Civil Rights Era Fair Housing Act. Big story. Changing things around. The fact they're calling this president a racist. The fact that a lot of minorities are suffering from policies of past administration. Getting people to wake up to understand how the system is structured. I myself have to suffer all the time from the fact that the first person in front of me may have messed things up for me, the second man. So these stories are surfacing because this is talk that is starting to stir up. Google employees donate heavily to warn Sanders despite calls for they're calling for tech giants to break up. Stories like these are surfacing because these are issues. When you look at the job market, what candidate is better for the tech industry? Tech plays a big part in a lot of people's lives. If these companies break up, things could change. Candidates, what are they talking about? Another story, pulling the race card. Which candidate, which party is pulling the race card? How is this affecting you? How is it affecting the way your kids are viewing their friends, their African American friends, their Caucasian friends? They're in school. They're starting to get bullied because of their race. This is because it's in the news, folks. You may be at a gym. Somebody may come over to you because you're a Caucasian. How do you feel about this? Somebody may come over to you because you're an African American. How do you feel about this? Just because of your color. They're talking to you about issues that candidates are addressing in the news. You don't care. You just want to work out. These are sensitive topics, folks. What is another story? Planned Parenthood group, friendly Planned Parenthood group, rips CNN over lack of abortion questions in the debate. Another issue, abortion, another topic of discussion. Women's bodies. Do candidates have the right to tell women what to do? Kamala Harris releases Medicare for All plan, but many continue to ask who's paying for these free programs. These are big, big stories, big topics that are affecting you. And that's why there's top 8 stories. Whew. I tell you what, mediation is tough, but somebody's got to do it. I want to thank you so much for tuning in this week and dissecting all the top 8 stories. Remember, if you want to help out, all you have to do is visit www.method8inc.com, method8inc.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, or just read something, or just sponsor a program. Every little bit counts. I'm in here constantly, every week, dibbling, dabbling, swiveling and moving through every news story just for you, to keep you informed, keep you up to speed, keep you up to date. Woo! It takes a lot of work to be a mediator. But if you want to help out, all you have to do is visit www.method8inc.com, method8inc.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, or just read something, or just sponsor a program. Once again, I want to thank all of the news outlets and journalists that keep us informed. You deserve all the credit. I am just a mediator. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. Lastly, but lovely, if you want to be a contributor, help out. Real simple. www.method8inc.com. All you have to do is buy something, click on something, watch something, or just read something. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I am out of here. Have a good week, everybody, and thank you for tuning to the Mediator with me, Brian West.
If you need help, then dial your operator.
Have no fear, fellow citizens. The Mediator is here.